Scorpio, Empress Rose here. Welcome to your reading. These are general readings, so we take what works, we leave what doesn't, as with everything in life. If I don't catch your wavelength or storyline on this reading, feel free to check your other major placements, see if we can't connect over there. Let's see. Starting with the Oracle decks of Moonology and Work Your Light, and then we'll move on to the Muse Tarot for a more traditional tarot type spread. Let's see here. What's we got here? I definitely want to be out. Okay, just two. Just two. We're not going to ask for more because next thing you know, I'll be getting a book. Okay, Scorpio, hold your vision, fixed moon. Keep going, hold your vision. We've got some challenges probably coming in. Maybe you're starting to doubt yourself. Maybe there's things you don't want, you don't think are possible. Hold your vision. Keep climbing, keep going. You can see it, but just hold on to it. There could be a little bit of with this one I see work. I see there's work involved. There's some tough work involved. So what's your vision? What's your overall vision? Is it personal, a healing type thing, or is it a strengthening thing, or is it something more external like a job, a project, something you want to do? Hold that vision, fixed moon. Don't move. Freeze. Don't do anything. You don't need to change a bunch of stuff up. You're doing fine. Just keep putting in the work. Inner temple. I love this. I love this because we see devotion here. Devotion. Inner temple. These two cards are synonyms, basically. Fixed moon and inner temple. Hold your vision, devotion, tune into the portal of your heart. You see something, you have a vision, remain devoted to it, remain loyal to it, keep going, keep focused on it. There's no need to change a bunch of shit up right now. There's no need to move everything around and rearrange anything. This is hold your vision, keep going, remain devoted to something that you're already committed to. That's a passion project of your heart. And I use passion project very loosely here, but it's in your heart. It's something that you want. It's a soul desire. It might be something you, I believe many of our soul desires are things we are here to do and accomplish very specifically. So, things may be difficult. There may be a lot of work involved here, but remain devoted to that inner vision, to what you see, to what you want. I like getting two cards. The clarity there was nice. Appreciated that. All right, Scorpio, this is your past, your present, your inner landscape. What's at issue? Your environment, to-do list, possible outcome. Oh, to-do list. I have not seen you in a while. Where have you been hiding? Okay, wow, we got a lot of people here. We got a lot of people. We got a king, a queen, a page. Well, there's just 3 people, but that's considering where we've been sometimes in some of the other readings that have come out today. It's good. People, it's a lot of people comparatively to readings I've had in the last couple days. So Muse of Materials, we have this is King of Coins or King of Pentacles. Muse of Materials, something was accomplished, something was achieved and accomplished in the 3D, in your physical world, in your physical realm. You wanted a new house, you got a new house, you moved in. You wanted a new job, you got the new job, you moved in. You wanted something to happen, it happened. You wanted, what you wanted to create in this world, you did create. This could also be a person from your past. So if this is a person we're talking about from your past, we're talking about someone who was able to accomplish things, someone who did achieve some level of wealth and financial and physical security. This would have been a planner, someone who's very organized and careful, step by step. They do things the right way, no get-rich-quick scheme. nothing like that. So this is in your recent past. This could be a person you've interacted with, or you knew, or you had some kind of relationship with, either family, friends, romantic, something like that. So male or female, they were just a master. This has a real strong executive vibe, a real strong vibe of someone, not even an executive, but that someone that you could imagine being an executive, maybe an executive of a small company, a manager, somebody that that was able to accomplish things in the physical world, and they had mastered that art and the art of making things happen in the 3D. So, or this could be a past success that you experienced. Again, mastering the art of making something happen in the 3D. So, as a person, it was either you or somebody else. So, in your current situation, though, we have somebody else. This could, again, be you or somebody else. Queen of Voices. Queen of Voices, male or female. This is someone so the Muse deals with the external universe, the world around us. And the Muse of Materials deals with that tangible world around us. The Queen of Voices. So a queen is male or female dealing with the inner universe. Voices are intellect or communication, swords. Intellect and communication. There's some clarity. This person can be you or somebody else. Could be seen as a little bit bitchy because they're just very clear on what they want and what they think, and they have no problem stating it. This doesn't necessarily have to be the case, because we can still do that. This is someone, though, who just doesn't pussyfoot around, and they might be they don't couch their terms in a nice little soft bed of roses for you. They're not trying to communicate in a way that you particularly can hear and enjoy, and they're not creating a soft landing for their words. So this can be perceived in a couple different ways. It's a directness, though, right? And then that directness can be delivered. We can say things very directly, and our delivery can be kind, compassionate. We don't have to be mean about it. We can speak our truth without being cruel to others, but there could be an element of this, or a perceived element of this, from other people, hearing that level of directness that we sometimes avoid and eschew in our little society here, in our corner of history and the earth. So there could be a directness here, but there is a sense of somebody they know what they think, and they know what they want to say. They're very clear on it. And this is where I really love a Queen of Voices here. When there's no cruelty, when there's no need to be cruel, when there's no need to jab, there's just an understanding of knowing what you think and being very clear about it. So I like that clarity. It's easier to deal with than someone who you can't quite figure out what they're trying to say, or where it's going, or what they mean by that, because it's all kind of couched in layers of please like me and please like what I have to say. So this person they're not in a mode right now where they're really giving a crap about what other people think, and it's not, I'm just trying to delineate, like, it doesn't have to be mean. We can still be direct without being mean, right? So, but it could be. The Queen of Voices has the potential to at least come across as mean, when in fact she just knows what she thinks, and she's being a little direct about it. So that's in your current situation. Your hopes, your fears, your inner landscape, everybody's hopes. 9 of Emotions. Emotional maturity, emotional, having completed something, achieved something emotionally, sort of sitting pretty emotionally, really having harnessed that energy of emotions and feeling proud of where you are, feeling proud of how far you've come. That's what you're wanting. You're wanting to feel proud of yourself, proud of of the happiness you've created in your life. You want to feel proud. You might actually would like people to witness that and see that. The 9 of Emotions has a little bit of a public vibe to it, right? We're happy for people to see. You want to see how happy I am? This is how happy I am. This is my happy home. This is my happy life. And not as in like, I'm fronting for you and here's my happy Instagram. This is a genuine happiness. So you want to be genuinely happy, and you wouldn't mind somebody witnessing that and seeing your emotional maturity and how much work this takes. Work, you put work into this, and you're happy. So there's something. This is a little bit of our wishful thinking and what we're wanting. What we want people to see. We want to have put in that work. We want to accomplish something very emotionally satisfying. I mean, there might be this physically satisfying thing that we've accomplished, this achievement, but we'd also like to accomplish some emotional satisfaction, some happiness in our life. And so we either are hoping to continue accomplishing that, or hoping to accomplish that, or hoping that somebody sees that all the work that we did, and that this wasn't easy. It's not easy to be sort of unconditionally happy in this world. It takes work, it takes focus, it takes effort, it takes seeking out the right teachers and applying that regularly. So, right, and then I love how she's sort of in this meditative stance. You can meditate in any stance you want, okay? But this is a classic one that helps sort of align the chakras and the breath, and so maybe you've achieved something, sort of you've dedicated yourself to some sort of spiritual path that has brought you a lot of peace and happiness, and there might be a sense of just wanting recognition and some acknowledgement for that, and also wanting to pursue that. This could be like you wanting to pursue this. And I love this too, because we have a similar stance here, this inner temple, tuning into the portal of that inner temple and your inner dream and your inner vision and what makes you particularly happy, and being devoted to that. So that's a hope that you're having. Again, meditation, we like to talk about practicing meditation, because achieving a meditative state is not common, but practicing and allowing yourself to be in that space where that meditative state, or what we would think of as a meditative state, making yourself available to that on a regular basis is the practice, is meditating. And then every so often you get a glimpse of some sort of elevated state of consciousness, which is great, but doesn't necessarily happen all that easily unless you show up every day and keep that connection going, and keep reaching out and keep having that connection with your higher self and with your inner temple, and having that connection at least be open, so that when your higher self, when your inner temple does have something to say, that you're available and it knows where to find you, and you've kept the channel open, so that it's just like not blocking someone on social media, like keeping the channel open, maybe touching in every so often with your higher self, like, hey, still here, hey, still meditating, hey, we're still trying to do, but it's hard. So there might be a sense of being devoted to that inner journey too, and to finding that happiness within. It is really a bring your own happiness kind of life here, right? If we're relying on the externals before we're going to be all lined up and perfect before we're happy, we're going to not be happy for much of the time, because the externals rarely line up just perfectly where it's like, okay, now it makes sense to be happy. We have to find sort of a nonsensical happiness in all of our situations. So then what we have in your what's at issue here is this reverse moon card. This is maybe maybe we are talking about some sort of spiritual goals you have, or a vision for yourself of being this of being able to easily connect with your inner temple, being devoted to your own spiritual work. Because the moon card in reverse, we have possibilities for the subconscious issues that aren't being dealt with. They're just undermining us, they're showing up in our lives, they're affecting our lives, affecting our behavior, affecting our decisions, and we're not really being aware of them or openly dealing with them. It's not like it fixes everything when you do that, but it is a lot better, and you can be a little bit more intentional and understanding how these issues do affect you. So there could be, or there could just be not wanting to see something, things that are hidden. And then, in the reverse, the moon, the things that are hidden could be being revealed, with the moon in reverse. But there is also this lack of intuition, or this disconnect from an intuition. The moon, it's really interesting. I think it's really interesting because the moon in both reverse and upright, it kind of has the same meaning, because the meaning is what can be seen and understood and maybe even controlled, and what cannot be seen and understood and never controlled, right? It's the tamed and the untamable. It's the coyote and the pug. It's the two dogs, you know, yeah, technically two dogs here, but one is never going to be tamed, and the other is never going to be wild, except when you put a little clown costume on him. So there's just like these two separate parts, these parts of ourselves that can't be seen. And that's why we sort of plumb our depths here to see what can be seen, what subconscious issues could we look at right now, are available for examination, and what are behind a wall that we're not ready to look at yet, or we're not ready to deal with yet. So it's just the clear path and the unclear path, and the moon in reverse can be very similar to the moon upright, as far as, because it's just dealing with a duality. And it's just dealing with, and we're dealing with the flip side of the duality, which is still a duality, which is still the seen, the unseen, the intuited, the still in darkness, and the moon is very much about intuition too. So connecting with that intuition, or feeling disconnected from the intuition, can be hard to tell. Yeah, it can be hard to tell sometimes. So it's just connecting and disconnecting what can be connected with, what cannot be connected with, what can be seen, what can't be seen, what's hidden from you on purpose, what's hidden from you on accident, what can be revealed. That whole thing is what's at issue here. In your environment, as with everybody's environment too, I like how you kind of have this nine of emotions, of course, is everybody's hope, is emotional happiness and satisfaction. And this environment is the Hierophant. Institutions, our lives are riddled with institutions, rules that need to be followed, regulations, initiation rites that need to be had, whether they are just, you have to fill out this form and this form and this form in this order, and then make an appointment here, or whether they're, traffic rules. The Hierophant can talk about religious institutions, justice institutions, schooling institutions, government, private, corporations, and sort of the rules and regulations that each of those institutions may have. So you could be dealing with some sort of institutional issues, maybe something religious. I mean, these institutions have a core of truth, and they carry a history with them. A history that's important, that may have a lot to offer you. So institutions do play important roles. I don't think that they don't play important roles and they should all be done away with, but sometimes they can be a little bit more of a husk of something that was once an initial spark and inspiration for something, and let's have some more justice. Yes, let's create this whole justice system then. And then now we have this enormous, sometimes a justice system that can suck people in, or can be accessed for help and assistance. So the Hierophant talks about these institutions, these long-held behemoths, these rocks, these solid structures in our lives, and how they do contain a spark of they were inspired. They do contain something valuable and important. And in this one, someone's traveled a long time to get to where they want to go. So you may have traveled a long time to get to, accessing this institution, or you may have traveled a long time to get to your position in an institution. So in your environment, we have the Hierophant. Yeah. Man, that card has some different depictions on a lot of different decks. Maybe searching for the inspiration within an institution, for the life within that institution, seeking something that you need from an institution. You're a seeker here. Can the institution see you? Can it see what you need? Can it meet your needs? It's very solid. It seems soulless. but maybe there's some soul in there. You've traveled a long way. In your to-do list, the energy you need to interact with, your greatest opportunity for growth, what we're looking for, an opening to do, page of inspiration. Page is level 1, learning about your intuition, learning about, which is interesting, like how is this, your environment is very, maybe it's finding that spark within this institution, right? And then we have this inner temple too, which has quite an institutional feel to it to me, as far as like your inner temple versus the outer temple, which is this Hierophant card here. Seeking wisdom from some ancient source as in your environment could be one of the situations in your environment. So this page of inspiration, getting in touch with your intuition. The page is about learning, exploring, and inspiration is the intuition. So really beginning sort of an intuitive journey. And here we have 2 cats. We were talking earlier about 2 dogs, but we have 2 cats. Cats are a little bit untamable. Again, we're talking about the tameable and the untamable. And intuition is a bit like that. Some of it can be harnessed for use in our lives and brought into reality, and some of it can't. Some of it just flows out. And so this page of inspiration, this could be creativity, intuition, sexuality, just learning something. And it's an unusual place, right? And paying attention to something that's a little unusual, a little strange seeming. What doesn't seem to fit in the situation, or what seems a little surprising. And there's a sense of again, she's doing yoga here. So there's a sense of, she's doing yoga with her inspiration, with her intuition. So there's a sense of exploration, exploring more intuitive and creative ways of being. Exploring, that which can be known and that which can't be known. Listening to some sort of, there's definitely a listening vibe here, right? Because she's got these flames coming out of her ears. So listening to something, listening to an intuition, or listening even to something in your environment that might be a little strange or a little unusual. It seems like she might be listening to this cloud and absorbing some information from sort of the ether in the cloud, which is what intuition can feel like. This is a very spiritual, I mean, the Hierophant can often be interpreted as spiritual as well, but it's a structure of spirituality here. So this page of inspiration, tuning into the temple, tuning into the portal of your heart, right? Because she's listening, she's tuning in. She's like a radio that's getting adjusted to her, to a frequency here. And then possible outcome, Ace of Emotions. Ace, beginning of an emotional journey, possibly the beginning of a relationship, starting something new, some sort of, this relationship, these feelings. A lot of feelings sort of bubbling to the surface here and coming up. It's the beginning of a new emotional journey. You want to end up here. You have to start with the first step, right? Taking a step towards maybe emotional maturity, or taking a step towards a new relationship, right? Because this can also represent like having accomplished an emotionally satisfying event, including a relationship. So Ace of Emotions, beginning some sort of new emotional journey, a new connection. But it starts with you. It starts with your own self and being connected with yourself and knowing how you feel. And any kind of connection with somebody else first begins with our own desires and our own feelings towards that. And then we can, of course, reach out and ask and connect. But first, we have to know how we feel. And we have to begin that. So again, Ace of Emotions, tuning into how you feel, tuning into the portal of your heart, holding your vision. You want this. begin with this. So we've got 2 cards of beginning here. Beginning to listen to your intuition and beginning maybe even to listen to your emotions and beginning a relationship. All right, Scorpio, I hope that was helpful for you. I'll see you guys in 2 weeks.